Perfect. And let me share screen and then we are going to get started. All right. So this is my vision training. And right after I had ovarian cancer, some of you guys know my story and some of you might not, but I had ovarian cancer back in 2020, 2021. And as soon as I was done with my chemo and coming out of it, Beth Graves shared with me how she was loving Mind Magic by Tracy Litt. And it was this training on neuro identity coaching, which is really about using your subconscious and your brain. It's really science based. I know it sounds woo woo. And it was actually why when Beth first brought it to me and it was called Mind Magic, I was like, it doesn't really sound like me. That's not really my personality. But I learned it's actually very science based and it's so interesting. And I have been doing vision boards. I mean, I would say for even with our children who are now 19 and 21, I think we've been doing them since 2014 when I first was introduced to all of this and really planning and goal setting and
Well, that's
creating
because I'm
vision
reconnecting to
and all of that kind of stuff. So for me, it was a new twist on something I'd already been doing with very science-based information. And so when Beth brought this to me, I was like, gosh, if you're going to get trained in this, instead of taking the course, I might as well just get trained in it at the same time. So I jumped in with both feet and I went through this like 8 week training with Tracy Lake, got certified, and I really did not use it for personal coaching myself. I didn't really want to go into that space. I love the network marketing MLM space because you can help many and it's residual and I don't have to like start over every single month with brand new clients to bring in, but I wanted to be able to use it in this space. And so I started really utilizing the subconscious work for myself, for my own success and also success of others. And so, this way of doing vision training is something that we implemented in our family over the last 5 years. And we've seen huge, significant changes because of it. Like I said, we've always done vision boards. I love vision boards. They have a huge place, and you're going to see how it's going to work within this. But it's a different twist on your vision training. And I'm going to ask you to go through this today with open hearts, with open minds, and be willing to really dream big. Be willing to take that little nudge, that little thing that's been on your heart, your mind, that you keep dreaming about, that you keep longing for. I call that a God nudge. I don't believe that God gives us a dream in our heart or our mind that we can't achieve. I think that our consciousness, a lot of times, will stop us from even trying to dream or reach for some of those things because they seem so out of reach. And our body always wants to keep us safe. That's what our conscious brain does. It wants to keep you safe at all times. But our subconscious can allow us to really open up if we allow that. So I'm really excited for you guys to be part of this training today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And if you're watching this recording, thank you for taking time to really dream big this new year. So let's get started, guys. All right. So, what we're going to cover today, we are going to do a future self visualization so that you can truly tap into the messages from your higher self before you design your vision. Let me just give a little clarity around higher self. Higher self is just your subconscious, okay? But it's also, in my opinion, the Holy Spirit speaking to me. If you are faith based, that's what it means to me. It's that little nudge, little voice that I hear that I know is the Holy Spirit telling me that I can do something bigger, that this dream that is upon my heart is from Him. For you, it might be tapping into, nature. It might be you, the universe, whatever it is for you. I want you to truly believe that there is a higher self version of yourself, right? We are here in the 3D. There is 4D and even 5D here on Earth. Okay. Now, how we're also going to talk about how to get in touch with your desires so that you're clear on what you really and truly want in your life. And then we're going to talk about how to create a future 1 year from now vision so that you are clear on what you truly want to create over the next 1 year and who you truly need to become in order to achieve that, right? Because we have to continue to grow and evolve. So, I'm going to take you guys on a little journey right now of your future self visualization. This is going to be a little bit, if any of you guys have done hypnotherapy before, or meditations before, or been hypnotized before, this is just a different form of visualization. Okay. I'm not going to take you into a deep hypnotherapy or anything like that. This is very light, but you are going to want to close your eyes. You are going to want to try to connect with it. Okay. And so I'm going to ask you right now just to like kind of like shake your body a little bit, just shake everything out. A lot of you guys have been dealing with your kids this morning, packing up stuff. I just had a washing machine delivered because ours broke. Like all kinds of stuff are going on, right? So just give yourself a little honor and like shake a little bit off. And then I want you to just quiet your mind, quiet yourself. If you need to go shut your door, shut your door. and let yourself be part of this visualization. Okay. So we're going to go on a little visualization together. I want you to please honor yourself and let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Let's do that two more times and you can start to close your eyes. This time I want you this time I want you to hold in as you breathe. Hold it in for a count of 3 and then slowly exhale. Take another nice deep breath in. Go ahead and close your eyes if they're not closed. Hold your inhale and slowly exhale, continuing to breathe in and out deeply, easily, and effortlessly. Breathing in again and exhaling. Each breath you breathe allows you to become more relaxed and more comfortable. Any outside sounds and noises around you allow you to go even deeper inside yourself. A reminder of how good it is to leave the noise and stress of the outside world and journey into the quiet and peace of your inner world. As you allow yourself to go deeper into a state of relaxation, maybe you can remember a time when you stood in front of a lake or a pond and it was quiet and peaceful. You may have tossed a pebble into the center and noticed the ripples spreading out. One ripple, another flowing outward, further and further. The ripples start slowing down, becoming further apart until the water once again is calm and peaceful. I want to invite you now to imagine that your body is like that body of water. As you drop a pebble into the center of your body, you can feel the ripples of relaxation rippling out, waves of relaxation flowing through your body, up through your torso, into your chest, and your back. You relax your face, you relax your jaw, your scalp, you allow your tongue to drop in your mouth. The relaxation is spreading out into each and every muscle of your back. Feeling those ripples relax as your muscles let go and become soft and loose. Feeling the ripples of relaxation down through the bottom of your torso, down through the bottom of your abdomen, your pelvis, your thighs, your calves, your ankles, all the way to your toes. Now that each time you drop a pebble into the center of your body, you become more and more relaxed. As you become more relaxed, you find yourself becoming quieter and more peaceful. Now I want you to imagine that we just finished our lesson. You stand up from where you are, you take a nice big stretch. You walk outside your front door for some fresh air. You can feel the sun beaming down on your face. You're so excited. You're so present and ready. You're so committed. As you stand there, suddenly a cloud comes down from the sky and slides right underneath you, taking you up and away like a magic carpet ride. You love it as you glide through the other clouds, taking a ride through the sky. The cloud delivers you safely down to the ground, although you're not where you started. You look up and notice that you're in a place you've never been. It's a quiet suburban street, and you're right in front of a big, beautiful house. The house is white with big pillars and maybe even blue shutters. It has a huge wraparound porch. There are beautiful full-grown oak trees all around the property. You notice that there's somebody sitting on the porch in a rocking chair. So you start off the walkway. The walkway is lined with the biggest, brightest yellow sunflowers, and you smile at them. They're so beautiful. You feel so connected. You get to the top of the walkway and up the steps to the porch. Now you can see the person in the rocking chair. That person is you as your 85-year-old future self. You are awestruck as you sit down. You look into your own eyes, wrinkled and aged, yet still certainly yours, glimmering and full of life. Your 85-year-old looks into your eyes and smiles, grabs a hold of your hand and says, I'm so glad you're here. I've been waiting for you. Take her in. Take in her essence. Take in her energy. Notice what she's wearing, how she's carrying herself. Notice what it feels like to be in her presence. 85-year-old you says, I'm so excited for you to see all the great things that we've created, all the joy and happiness we experienced because of the new choices you made. Everything we ever wanted happened. We've created such an extraordinary, beautiful life. We've lived all of our dreams, and all of our deepest desires came true. Your future self starts to show you a photo album of all the memories and all the things you've done. Take it in. As you flip through these pages with her, what do you see? Who are you with? What did you do? Take it all and then ask her, what do I need to pay attention to most right now? What do I need to pay attention to most right now? Take a moment to hear the answer. You continue to talk and you ask her, knowing what you know now, what special wisdom or advice can you give me? What guidance do you have? Hear the answer and listen with your heart. Now, I want you each to take a moment and ask your future self your own question and allow the answer to come forth. You smile at each other. You grab your future self's hand and say thank you. It's time to go now. You thank her for being with you and for sharing all of the wisdom. She grabs you and says, please come back anytime you need my guidance. I'm always here. She kisses you on the head. As you stand up and start to walk away, you look back one last time and smile. As you walk down the walkway, your cloud is awaiting you. You sit down, fly back up in the air through your ride in the sky, and suddenly you find yourself sitting back in the chair where you're sitting right now, feeling really connected, really satisfied, really clear. So I want you to take a few deep breaths in and start to move your body around, and then come back when you're ready and open your eyes. And I want you to immediately grab your pen and paper, and I want you to write down what you saw, what you felt, any messages that she gave you. So some things that you might want to write down is, what did you see? How did you feel? What message did you receive? Anybody want to unmute and share while they're writing anything that they saw or they felt or they received?
I saw determination and strength.
Ooh, I like that. Was it specifically in a picture you saw in the photo album or something that she said to you, your future self?
It was just that my future self looked like she succeeded enough in life to be that way.
Hmm.
Everything that she did took her to that place.
I love that. That's beautiful. Anybody else want to share? I also want to say this too. If you didn't see anything, if you didn't feel anything, that's okay. Sometimes it takes going through something like this a few times. There could be distractions, there could be blocks in your subconscious because of things going on, busyness, frustration, uncertainty, right? Those are all things that block us. So feel free to go back and listen to this again when you're alone and see if that helps. A lot of times, I know the first time I did this, I actually didn't see anything. And I felt like, oh, I suck. I didn't see anything, right? But when I went back and did it on my own, I was in a room with like 40 people when I did it for the first time. So when I went back and did it on my own in my room, I saw it very clearly and heard things very clearly. So sometimes it's just things that are going on around us, right? So we're going to talk about becoming who you truly want to be. And I want you to think about these different questions that I wrote on here and maybe even jot down some things if they come to you right away. But what are things that you catch yourself daydreaming about a lot? What are things that you've been praying for or wishing for? And ask yourself, what do I hope, wish, and pray about that I really want to actualize this year or in the coming years? And here's the thing, we so often try to make ourselves be small, right? We're like, well, that's too big of a goal. Saying that I'm going to pay off this or that, there's no way that could happen in a year. So I'm not going to write that down. I'm going to put this down. No, put what you have been dreaming, praying, wishing for. Put that down. Okay? Don't be small. Dream big. So we are going to be designing your 1 year vision from our visualization. Okay. We're going to take all those insights from our visualization and we're going to get in touch with our desires and we're going to write out a 1 year plan. And I want you to think about the butterfly. Before it became this beautiful, magnificent creature that flies away, it first needs to start off as a caterpillar. The caterpillar then builds its own chrysalis and tucks itself away to grow and change. And I want you to think about, like, really imagine that, right? Because breaking out of the chrysalis, that's its comfort zone. And it's accompanied by not only pain and discomfort, but like blood. I mean, if you've ever watched, if any of you guys have ever seen, I used to be a kindergarten teacher. So every spring I would get caterpillars in our classroom and then we'd watch them, right, eat up all the food and then turn into a chrysalis and then come out of the chrysalis. And every year the kids would freak out because there'd be blood when the caterpillar came out of the chrysalis and turned into a butterfly. So it's not comfortable for the butterfly and for the caterpillar, right? It's an uncomfortable breaking out. It's accompanied with pain and discomfort, but it's worth it when it emerges as this beautiful butterfly. So we're going to talk about creating a 1 year vision from this. Okay. There's a couple different steps that we're going through today. Right now, it's going to be creating that 1 year vision. And I'm going to walk you through that and how to utilize it. Then we're going to take that and create your Q1 goals and how to break those down. And then also how to take all of this and use it to create your own vision board that you have in your office to help you and catapult you forward. Okay. So what makes for a great 1 year vision from now? Okay. As we write these today, we want lots of clarity. We want to make it juicy. So we're writing as if it's already happened. Make it emotional. Like, do you feel chills? Do you feel excited? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel sweaty? Right? Like, these are the kind of emotions that you want to encapsulate as you're thinking about this. Writing as if it already happened. Okay, we're writing it as if it's already happened. It should literally make you tingle. Like I sometimes get like a little bit sweaty when I have emotions because I'm in menopause. So like I know that's an emotional connection for me. It could make you tear up. Whatever it is, it needs to pull you forward. Meaning, if I'm reading this every morning and I don't feel like going to do my reach outs, I don't feel like reaching out to that brand partner, I don't feel like doing XYZ. This is what's going to pull me forward to do the action I need to do. Okay. And it can be focused on one area of your life or across all areas of your life. And that's your choice. I personally do all areas of my life because I'm constantly thinking about that. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys an example of one. Okay. And there's a couple different ways that you can write this as well. You can write it as if it's a Christmas letter. How many of you guys got a Christmas letter this year from somebody in a Christmas card that was like, hey, here's our whole year, everything that happened this year? So you could make it a Christmas letter for December 2026, something you're writing to everybody about what happened for the year. It could be it could be a letter that you're writing to somebody who's maybe passed. Maybe you have a mom or a dad or a friend or a family member who's passed away and you want to let them know everything that's happened this past year of 2026, right? The future. So you're writing this to them in December 2026. I write it as if it's a one day, like I woke up this morning and this is what's happening in my life. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you can write it. You can also write it as if somebody was doing a year in review for you in a newspaper article. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you can do it. I'm going to read to you guys let's see, should I read to you guys my new one or my one from last year?
Last year
The new
last
one.
year?
New
Oh.
one.
New one. Come
New
on.
one.
New one?
We want to
Don't
know
get a
how
new one.
specific
Where are you
were to
going,
get
girl?
to where you are
All right,
today.
all right, all right. You guys are hilarious. I will say this. My one from this past year, Ryan and I read it together a couple days ago because he's always reading it in the bathroom and he was like, Blair, this and this and this and this and this all happened. A lot of stuff happened. I was very clear this year. And I actually, just to give you guys some ideas for you as well, every quarter I updated it. If something happened, I went in, I fixed it, and I pushed myself to the next spot. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you guys to do that too. But I'll read you guys my new one. I did write it yesterday. I took some time alone because nobody was home and wrote it. All right, 2026 vision. It's 6:30 a.m. and I'm gently rolling out of bed, excited for the day. I know that there are so many people that are excited about learning and growing in this peptide space that I can impact every single day. I take time first in the morning to be in the Word of God. This is what always gives me energy and excitement for what's going to happen throughout the day. I give my body the gift of movement, lifting weights 4 times a week and getting my body moving and active, taking time to clear my head and getting excited for the day in the sauna. I'm excited to see the messages rolling in from social media as people are reaching out to me for help with their health and wellness. The impact that I'm creating for others is what drives me every single day to continue to share. I have 2 new personal brand partners joining me every single month that are already active and engaged on social media, understand how to build teams, and are great at sales, and have impactful stories that are ready to share with others. They are leading their teams, Zooms, creating leadership themselves, and are using me for guidance and help. I'm attracting these people because I spend time every day visualizing and creating the reality I want. I look forward to every evening being able to hang out with Ryan as we have created such a fun, dynamic, amazing evening routine that bring us joy and health. Whether we are in our hot tub in Florida on our walks or a hot tub at the lake, we're enjoying every moment of our empty nesting. We're visiting the lake every other month and getting to enjoy the lake with the boys and their friends. Seeing the joy that this lake house creates for others has been such a blessing. When we're not using the lake house, it rents with ease, and we have amazing reviews, and people are looking forward to new memories being made here. We are shocked at how fast we were able to get our third Florida property to rent out with ease. Our 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage with a pool home was a great price and a great investment, and we're already seeing the rewards. Summer plans have been so much fun at the lake and getting to enjoy the lake house to bring joys to others. Jeremiah is having an amazing midterm in Italy and is planning his wedding with Ellie for the following year. His internship with the Miami Dolphins is so rewarding, and he's already has offers for the future. Noah is having an amazing lacrosse season at Sanford and is really enjoying the new friendships that he's created. He is ready for a sophomore year full of excitement and new experiences and making great choices every day. Ryan's business has absolutely exploded this year and his real estate's having a huge season here in Florida. Ryan's real estate company brought in over 5.8 million in sales this year. So proud of the business that he's created where he can allow his team to continue to grow and expand and have success without him having to be in town. When we are home in Florida, we spend quality time with both of our parents and do not feel guilty when we go on trips. We are making healthy financial decisions, having fun adventures together, and are thriving in the new stage of life. My team grows by 36% growth every single month. I continue to be surprised at how every single month we constantly are making more money, impacting more people, and seeing growth. My monthly pay is over 120,000 cash in my bank account for my personal business, and when you add up both of our businesses together with Ryan and I, we're bringing in well over 150,000 a month with LEMD. We are able to pay down some of our properties and make great choices with our money, including filling up our IRA on both of our accounts for the year. Seeing my team grow and expand in leadership is so rewarding. Danny Angelo is an advanced executive director with her second account at advanced executive director already. She has 4 executive directors on her team. Rachel Ann is an advanced executive director with a second account as executive director. Talia Bateman's an advanced executive director, as well as Heather Gross is an advanced executive director on her team. Beth Vasquez is an executive director by spring 2026, an advanced executive director by summer before our first annual conference. Steph Miranda is an executive director by conference as well, and have lots of other people on her team hitting these goals. Beth is bringing in over 20,000 a month with ease and is so thankful for this business. Vanessa Joy is an advanced executive director before the end of the year and hit executive director before our annual conference and is so excited. Leadership on her team is expanding, including Annabelle, Leah, Natalie, and some other new people joining that have had huge success. Kiki Petty is an advanced executive director with her second account at the same spot before our conference and has lots of people on her team hitting executive director and lots of leaders being formed. I have new people joining my team that I didn't even know before this experience and they have taken off and are leading their teams with success and are already at executive director before our annual conference. My life is so full. I have so many things to be thankful to God for. My health is at its all-time best ever. I'm healthy, strong, confident, focused, and I'm a helper in all areas of my life. Okay, I know that was a little long, and I've had very specific things in there. And not even from all my leaders yet. These are just like things that I have been talking to over the last month with people that I know what their desires are and what I want for them. So you can see, like mine was, this is like my year, right? This is everything that's happening to me right now. So we're gonna take a good 4 to 5 minutes for you guys to write out your 1 year vision. Again, it can be a Christmas letter to somebody for December 2026, what happened in 2026. It can be to somebody who's passed away. It can be the way that I just wrote mine, a day in review. Okay. It can be a newspaper article that somebody wrote about you for the year 2026. Okay. Feel free if you have any questions to unmute and ask. I'm going to look at the chat now that we're kind of taking a minute to write.
Done.
I also just want to share with you guys why we're just doing 1 year. So as you're writing this, you might be like, why am I only doing 1 year? And the reason is because your brain can actually only handle about a year from now. When you do 3 to 5 years, which is important to know what you want for 3 to 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. I have those things written down. But when you're reading this vision to yourself, it's just so much easier for your subconscious to know exactly what's going to happen 1 year from now. Okay, so there is like a whole science behind the psychology of why just 1 year. And I also want you to think about the balance between realistic and ridiculous. You want your goals to feel achievable, stretch, like they're definitely stretching you and to motivate you and pull you forward. But you don't want to write something that might be completely unattainable, right? Like you're going to win the lottery next year. Okay. Like we don't want like things that are absolutely crazy, but we want stretch. And we want things that don't seem likely. I'll tell you, last spring in April, I did not think there was any way we were going to get a lake house. Like our financial place was not anywhere where we were ready for that. And then by August, we were like, oh my gosh, maybe this could happen. By October, I was like, oh, I can definitely make this happen. If we cut out XYZ, it's going to happen because of what's in our bank account right now. So I want it to be stretch and attainable. It might not even feel realistic, but not crazy, right? Okay, guys, one more minute. Okay, as you're finishing up, and you might not completely finish, and that's okay. We're going to keep talking. And we talked a little bit about why just 1 year, but I also want to tell you about how to create your vision board from this. So we're going to go through in just a minute, and I'm going to help you create actual goals. And if you are somebody who puts something on your board and it can help you create actual goals, you could definitely volunteer. I'm going to ask for some people to share. But one of the things I want you to think about is creating your vision board is a visualization of what you want to achieve, right? So we're going to talk about the practical steps of how you're going to use this 1 year vision. But one of the things that I still do is create an actual visual vision board. I like having it in my office. I always say it's what pulls me forward on the days I don't feel like doing something. I can literally look up right now in front of me. I not only have my 1 year vision there, but I also have visual representation, right? That's my vision board. And so I like cutting out pictures that represent that for me. So yesterday I printed off a picture of an example of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house here in Fort Lauderdale. That's similar to what I would want to purchase this next year. I have pictures of us at the lake that get me excited. I have, let me see what else I can't even remember what else I did pictures of. Let me see. Oh, pictures of different trips that Ryan and I want to go on because that's one of my goals is that we're traveling and enjoying life, right? A boat. We want to get a boat and be able to pay for that, pay it off within the year. So I have a picture of the boat, right? So some of the things that I'm sharing that I want to do, I have visual representation of those things, okay? So that's how you're going to use this to create your own vision board. So you're still going to do vision boards like you've probably always done, but you want to make sure you go back to this 1 year vision that you wrote and create it. Does anybody want to share their 1 year vision? Anybody
I'll
want to share?
share.
Good. Who is it? I can't see. Sorry, because of the.
Steph.
Oh, hey, Steph. Yay.
I mean, it's a lot, but I'm still writing. But anyways, obviously my goal is to be back home 100% first and foremost. I'm quitting my job. And 100% of our debt paid off. I have a bunch of numbers down for my team structure. So Cindy and Kristen Ballard at executive director, Heaven at senior director, Lisa Kinney at advanced director. She has a really high like customer PV. Um, I want to be signing by the end of December to build our home. Um, so I think for sure that'll happen. And then just like with me being able to quit my job, I'll be back in the gym every single day, running communities, women's Bible study, signing up for the Deca Strong and possibly High Rocks then by the end of the year, running at least once a week, finishing 75 medium, which I'm starting on January 5th. And then I just have like a lot of specific income on all that. And then I have to decide who my other, I think I want to have at least 10 directors. I would set like the director as the main goal, I guess. If if you think that's
10
doable.
direct 10 directors by June for conference or 10 directors for the whole year of 2026?
10 directors total. For my goal, executive director by conference, at least.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. I think the 10 directors should be personal, 10 personal directors, because I think you're going to have
Oh,
way
yeah.
more than 10 directors on your
Oh,
team.
yeah. Okay. 10 personal.
Okay, love that. So let's take some of the stuff that Stephanie shared, right? You shared some different business goals, some different personal goals. So let's pick one of those business goals. So let's say executive director by June. Okay, so we know executive director by June means that she'll be hitting it in quarter two, right? Because quarter one is January, February, March. And then we have April, May, June is Q2. So she has 2 quarters to achieve this goal that she wants to achieve. We also know that executive director is 100,000 in downline volume, with only 50,000 coming from each of her 2 strong legs. She also has to have outside volume of 18,000. Okay. So let's look at that business goal of hitting executive director by June 2026. So if that was her goal that she would put right here in this box for Q1, right? Her goal right here would be, let's break it down, right? Because Q2 is executive director. So we're going to put executive director in this box. But in this first box for Q1, let's say we want her to be at least half of that, which would be senior director at 50,000. So before March 30th, 2026, Stephanie is going to be at senior director, having 50,000 plus in downline volume with, let's try to say, by then, let's have 4 personal directors. Okay, so that's her business goal for Q1 is she's going to have 50,000 in team volume by March 2026 to hit senior director. And her business goal too is that she's going to have 5 personal directors. Okay. And then that personal goal right here, guys, this is something that you're personally working on, whether it's relationship, whether it's a physical goal, right? Like Stephanie was talking about some physical goals that she's going to achieve, right? So she has that big physical goal by the end of the year that she wants to hit. Well, doing 75 medium is going to help her hit that goal. So I would definitely put the 75 medium right here for Q1 in your personal goal. Like sometimes my personal goals are being in the word every single morning, right? Because that's what helps me focus and stay in the word. So she has these goals, right? So she's putting them in here in her block. So business goal 1, 50,000 in team volume by March 2026. Business goal 2, that she has 5 personal directors by March 2026. And personal goal 1, that she's completed her 75 medium or almost to be completed, right? Because that would be 3. So yeah, she would already be done. So then this is the next, and I'm going to put these forms, guys. I'm going to put this goal sheet for Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 on the team page with the recording. And I'll also put this grit up one that I created on there as well. So now we're going to take this business goal 1 that Stephanie created of having 50,000 in downline volume by March 2026. And that's our goal. So that's what's going in this box. The R stands for result. So, Stephanie, if you hit 50,000 in team volume by March 2026, what is that going to do for you? Like, what is that going to feel like? What is the result going to be like in your family? Like, what would you feel? What would that be like to achieve?
Well, also it's too small, so I'm actually going for 100 by
Okay,
March.
great. You want 100 by March 2026?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. So we're changing that, guys. So the goal right here is 100,000 in team volume by March 2026. I love it because I was thinking that was too small for you too.
Yeah.
So what would that result be like? What would that feel like using your senses, right? Like what would it sound like, feel like, all those things?
It feels like I'll for sure hit all of my 2026 goals. And I think it would also allow me to come home by spring break instead of by summer.
What would your husband say to you if you achieved this?
Way to go. I know, you know what I mean? It's like, because I'm still, I say slowly coming out of my network marketing PTSD, but,
Yeah.
I do 200,000 of volume now, so I should be able to for sure, he knows I can do it. It's just like me holding myself back. So he
Yep.
knows the big plan for all of us is for me to come back home and yeah.
So like the kids will be excited, he'll be excited. You also,
Mhm.
I really believe this because I'm getting to know Steph better. I believe that you're going to basically reprogram your subconscious of belief. Belief in
Yep.
network marketing, belief in yourself, belief that this
Mhm.
can be achievable again for you. And when we show ourselves that we can do something, we prove to ourselves that it's true. And then our subconscious wants it to show up more and more. So I feel like that's going to be huge for you. The I is involved. So, who is this going to involve? What are you going to have to do in order to achieve this? That's going to involve others, right? Well, first, it's going to involve her family. So, I always say if you've not had a meeting with your family about your goals, that is really important, guys. When my kids were younger, we used to literally sit them down and we would go over our goals with them and be like, okay, if mommy is saying that she's going to do XYZ in this many months when I was going for a big goal, I might not be the one that can help you every single night. I will always tuck you in. I will always read you a book and say your prayers, but it might have to be an hour before bedtime because I might have to be on a Zoom during bedtime and daddy will put you to bed. I will never miss helping you out with homework, but it might not be at night. We might have to change our schedule. You might have to start doing homework as soon as you get home from school and get it done, right? Mommy might not be at every single practice, but mommy will be at every single game. Okay. We even created goals when my kids were younger so that they knew why missing mommy at some things meant it was okay. So, for example, when I was first going for a really big goal in 2014 with a company that I joined, we asked the boys what they wanted. They wanted to go to Universal and get to go on every single ride with a fast pass. They wanted to stay at the hotel on Universal property. They wanted to ride the boat, all the things. We made a chart and we filled it in every single week as I got closer and closer. And when we achieved that goal, they got to pick out everything for that trip, right? So it was teaching them at a young age about setting a goal, going for the goal, having to give up some things for a goal, and then achieving the goal with that feeling and that success, right? Also, I want you to think about what do you need to do to become the person that can hit this goal? So that includes, what does this involve? It involves me listening to podcasts, reading books, growing and learning, right? So I just decided I want to up my personal volume for Q1. So I need to listen to more podcasts again and I do the best when I'm educating on my social media. People enjoy that from me. So I need to learn more things because I get bored with my own content and then I just stop doing stuff. That's my behavior, right? You got to know your own behaviors. So what do I have to do? I either have to go back and reuse stuff I've done from the past and be okay with that, or learn new things to share. And so I'm going to have to learn. The next box is time. What are the actions needed and how much time is it going to take? Okay, so you're going to want to figure that out. What does Steph have to do in order to get to 100,000 in volume by March 2026? What is that time commitment that she's going to make? Monday nights, she's going to be on those team Zooms. I know she and Beth Vasquez do Sunday night opportunity Zooms just for their team. She's giving up that time with her family because she sees the bigger goal, right? So those are the kind of things you want to look at. And then unplug. What are you going to have to unplug for? You can never achieve something without giving up something else. That's just the honest truth. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So when I have to go for something, there's something I have to unplug from. So a lot of times it's my reality TV because that's something I really enjoy doing. So I will not let myself watch those shows at night. I never do. I always watch them after I've completed whatever I said I was going to do for the week. So it's usually my gift to myself on the second half of Friday. I try to like stop working after 1 o'clock on Fridays. I usually have about 4 hours before Ryan and I hang out on Friday night, and that gives me time to like watch my shows or go meet a friend for lunch or do the things that I want to do, right? So unplugging. I also have to unplug from negativity. If that's something that you have a lot of people around you that don't believe in what you're doing, you might have to unplug from some of these people. I've had to this past year, a lot of my friends were not used to me working at the level that I've been working at this last year. When I joined LEMD in August of 2024, I was at this like coasting spot in my other business. My friend asked me to do something, I could always pretty much say yes, including my mom. I helped take care of my parents. My mom was used to like having me over 3 or 4 times a week. Now I still take her to her appointments and I try to visit with her once a week, but I'm not over there as much. I'm not seeing my friends as much. That's a choice I'm making for something that I see so big from now that I want to achieve, right? And so you're going to have to make those choices if that's something that's important to you. And then purpose. What will achieving this do beyond myself? Okay. If you guys are familiar with blue zones, this is something I learned from the book about blue zones. A big part of why these certain countries have higher life rates or they live longer, one of the big things for them is purpose. Whether that is faith-based or not, they have some kind of purpose that is bigger than themselves. My purpose is for something we're creating for our future family. Like Ryan and I can see it so clearly. We literally, I mean, when we were envisioning this lake house, we both would get chills because I could literally hear grandkids laughing, running off the dock and splashing into the water. Like that's how clear I got on my purpose. Like I can see my family getting together 2 or 3 times a year at our house because that is what I want. I want my 2 boys to remain close. I want their families to remain close. So I'm going to provide those opportunities for them. I want my kids to enter marriage debt free. I want to be able to help out, even though I have 2 boys. I want to be able to help out with their wedding. We want to be able to, pay for all the trips that we want to go on as we get older. Ryan and I want to continue traveling as we get older. I don't want to be retired. I will probably never retire, but I don't want to be the ages of 60 to 80 and not be able to travel because I have a very tight budget. Like, right? I want all these things and I want everything paid off before we pass away. So our kids accrue true gifts when we pass, right? And not debt. So like we have some really big specific goals. So I just want you guys to use this sheet to really get specific. Okay. Now, now that we have this, oh, my picture didn't show up. This picture is of me in my bathroom. So that vision that I read to you guys earlier, it is taped to the wall in my bathroom. Every morning I read it while holding my toothbrush in my left hand. I hold my toothbrush in my left hand because it activates a part of your brain. If you're not left-handed, it activates the creative side of your brain, which is not the part that I generally use as often. I'm very analytical. So I hold it with my left hand, I brush my teeth, and I read my vision every morning while I'm brushing my teeth. I try to feel it. I don't just read it out of rote memory. I try to engage with it and feel it and hear it and see it and imagine what it would be like. Okay. I also want to challenge you to do this morning and night. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is my biggest thing I'm trying to do this year. I've never read it at night, maybe more than once a week. I'm really just not good at that. So I have decided that I'm going to hold myself committed. I have a retainer for at night, and it's usually beside my bed. Instead of leaving my retainer by my bed, it is now in my bathroom so that I will brush my teeth, wash my face, which I'm also not good at night, and read my vision to myself every single night, not just morning. Also, I want you to record yourself saying it to yourself, reading that vision with so much emotion and feeling. And I want you to save that recording on your phone. Every time you go for a walk by yourself or you're having a rough day, I want you to listen to it. Okay. Then I want you to take all the things that you guys were just writing in your vision and create that vision board with the images to reflect it. And I want you to take those images, like all those images that I pulled out yesterday. I also sent those to myself as pictures to my phone. And I started a new album on my phone that's called 2026. Anything this year that you want to achieve, you want to add to your vision, you put that into your mobile version album on your phone so that when you are on a trip, when you are not at home, you can scroll through in the morning and it will help you remember. Okay. And then I want you to also think about who do you need to be in order to achieve this and continue to strive to be that person. Okay. Because whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's why reading your vision is important. Looking at the pictures on your vision board, right? These are important because whatever we allow our mind to conceive and believe, it can achieve. Okay. And make sure that you share that grit sheet. That was the one that showed your Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 goals. Make sure you share that with one of your leaders. Okay. And now, this last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is something that you may have never done before, or you might have done and not even realized you were doing it. How often have you heard of people picking a word for the year? Right? A lot of times people will pick a word for the year. I want you to pick 3 GLFs. Those are guiding light feelings. Okay, these are 3 words that you saw repeatedly or symbolized in your 1 year vision. Okay, so after I did mine this year, I realized that my word was, oh no, it's not written down. I had written it down. Now I can't find the piece of paper, but I can look at mine right now and pretty much tell you what it is. It is ease, right? Because I'm creating leaders that are coming to me with ease. So ease is one of my words. Joyful is another one of my words. I want more playful, fun, joyful things this year. And strength. So mine is ease, strength, joyful. Okay, I put a couple words up here at the top, but you're looking for things that you're noticing over and over again, almost in a pattern, repeatedly in your 1 year vision. Make those your 3 words for the year. And I want you to write them at the top of your vision when you go to work out or you go to yoga or you go to meditation or whatever. Meditate over those 3 words. Okay, because those are going to be what really help you. And this year, when choices are made, like, should I go to this conference? Should I go to this event? Should I reach out to this person? Should I say yes to, going to XYZ? I want you to stop and go. Does that follow my 3 words? Does that bring me ease? Does that bring me joyfulness? Does that bring me strength? If the answer is yes, then my answer is yes. If the answer is no, it's no. Jennifer Talley's faith, focus, lead. Those are so good, Jen. Those are so perfect for you, Jennifer. I love it. So perfect. Anybody else want to share their 3? Feel free to drop them in the chat. Guiding life feelings, guiding light feelings, or guiding life feelings. You can say it either way. There's different people that call it different things. So guiding life feelings, grounded, free, called. I love those. Alyssa, that is so you. I've seen such a shift in your social media the last 6 weeks. That is perfect for you. Vanessa's, oh, I missed it. Hold on. They're going so fast now. Sharice, I love it. Okay, hold on. Let me read a couple of these. Sharice said ease, fun, congruence. I love that one. Nicole said freedom and calmness. Jordan said freedom, health, connection. Vanessa, present, focused, healed. Yes, I feel that for you. Oh my goodness. These are so good. All right. These are awesome, guys. So, would anybody like to share anything that came to them from this today or any questions that you have? This is your time. I'm so excited we ended within an hour. I was hoping we would, so that if you guys want to ask anything, share anything, we can. And I get you guys off. A lot of you are going to need to take this and maybe re-listen to it again or take some quiet time to yourself to really feel into it. Some people do really great in group settings and some people don't. I'm not one of them. So I always have to go back and redo it later. Vanessa, is your hand raised? Yeah, share.
Okay. So I just want to encourage everyone, those that are new on here, like I remember doing this last year and I was in Florida at this time and I've never done any of this kind of work. And I'm just going to share anyone that's been on a work with me Zoom, like no, has seen my wall, but this is my visualization wall. And I put notes and visions and the letter to my future self, everything from Blair and Beth. One of the things I wanted to share because I'm like going a little bit deeper and applying everything and working with someone like twice a month. I take the 1 year vision and I started breaking it down by month. So at the beginning of the month, like literally I'm going through all the things, like all of my bullet points that you led us through. And I'm writing out, this is my new November story. And then just some of the things I've been walking through, I stopped talking about it. I'm not talking about my past anymore because then my subconscious is going to keep looping in that place. I'm talking about my new November story, my new December story, and it's up on a giant 3M sheet, and it's literally happening. Like it's happening. So guys, this stuff works. So Blair, I love you. Thank you for doing this for our team.
Oh, I love you.
So
I'm so
change.
proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you. I saw somebody else had their hand up and now I can't find it. Hold on. If you have your hand up, just unmute. I saw it and now I can't find it. I'm so sorry.
It wasn't me, but I have something to add to that. Vanessa, thank you so much for that. So I'm like you, Blair, like I take it all in, but then I need to have time to process. So something that I did last year and I'm going to do again this year is I set aside a half a day as my yearly planning day, and that's where I'll go back. So for me, it's January 6th. This is when my kids go back to school and everything gets back into like regular rotation. And I literally block my calendar and I'm going to go over all my vision stuff, redo my vision board. And then also go through my whole next year and block out like spring break or, earning the trip to Cancun, putting that on my calendar because that is going to help it come to fruition if I hold space for that and kind of be proactive in thinking about the year to come and what I really want and being intentional. And I will protect that time. Like I will not let any appointments or anything sneak into my planning day. Um, and then I was going to say there was only 2 years in the last 11 years that I totally fell off with my business. And it was the 2 years that I didn't have my vision board. So this does work and it's really powerful. And yeah, thank you again for doing this. And I love it. Love every second.
Thank you for sharing. And you said two things that were so important that I forgot to bring up. So thank you. Our Cancun trip for corporate, we have a Team Joy one that people had to pay for in February, but there's a corporate one that you can earn, and that is for next October. And you guys are all in the earning stages right now. So it's 50,000 points gets you to the first spot of that trip for an all-inclusive spot there. So you definitely want to go into your back office and check that out. If you go into your back office and you hit that little top left left button, you'll see you can click the PDF and print it and figure out like, what do I need to do Q1 to get to this many points? And then Q2, right? So that you can hit it before it gets earned. Also, the first weekend in June is our annual conference. It's our very first annual conference ever for LEMD. And so that's something you might have goals like Steph did to hit XYZ before that, right? And there will be a director day on Thursday before that conference starts. So you definitely want to make sure you're a director or above by then. So you get invited to that as well. Let's see. I want to read some of these comments. I don't know why it doesn't say my name, but this is Crystal. Is it Crystal? Crystal, do you want to unmute and share instead of me reading it?
I have a lot of kids in the background, and I'm sick, so I don't normally sound this manly, but um,
I think it sounds sexy. A little
Oh,
raspy voice.
this has been an awful illness. So anyway, I tend to stay a little bit more low key with any of my goals because I have this like fear of disappointment or failure. So I don't tend to aim very high, so that way things are attainable for me. And so I was just saying on the note that I thought this was very motivational and I had planned to make some changes. I'm actually starting a new job. Um, sir, I'm starting a new job. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, guys.
Okay, we all understand. Pretty much
Um,
everybody in here gets it.
so yeah, I'm starting a new job at the beginning of January and making a lot of changes. I'm going to be kind of increasing my presence on social media as well. I was one of the ones that was like, I don't like to film myself. I don't have problems talking in front of people in person, but whenever it comes to filming myself, I feel like an alien, like it's very foreign to me and I'm super uncomfortable. So I'm going to start doing that more. Just things like that, little things that trying to come out of my shell so I can meet more goals.
That's amazing. I'll give you two recommendations for that. One is start by interviewing people on social media, like going Facebook Live or Instagram Live with somebody else. It'll make you feel more comfortable because you're interviewing them and then you'll feel more comfortable. And second, just talk to one person. Like I will literally pretend like I'm talking to one person, like one of my ideal clients, and just speak directly to them. And then I don't feel like I'm so strange, just like, because I'm always like, why does anybody care about what I have to say? Like that's the voice that goes into my head. And by the way, name your negativity, guys. Like whatever it is, I do not curse very often. So mine's a curse, or mine's bitchy Blair. And that is the person that's always negative in my head, right? So she's like, why would anybody want to hear what you have to say? They don't need to hear that, right? But really, I just stop and think, who's that one person that could impact? And I just talk to that one person. So I'm gonna challenge you to do that. That's amazing. Proud of
All
you.
right, I'll do that. Jennifer has been fantastic. She tells me a lot of stuff as well. And I've just had some barriers. I haven't really been able to pull the trigger as much as I would like. But like I said, new job, big changes are coming.
That's awesome. Good job. I'm proud of you. Anybody else want to share anything or ask any questions? All right, awesome. Well, if anybody does have any questions and you just didn't feel comfortable asking on here, feel free to reach out to me privately. I'm going to challenge you to share what you created on the post that I'm going to make on Team Joy with this recording to encourage others to take the time to watch the recording and do the action. I also am going to challenge you when you create your goals to let your leader know because your leader can only help you if they know what you want to achieve, right? And it also holds you accountable and let them know what is the best way to hold you accountable. Okay, that is one thing I'm working on this year is being better for my leaders on holding them accountable if they want it and how they want it. Because that's not, I always feel a little uncomfortable with that. And I never like, people pleasing Blair from my past never wants to hurt people's feelings. So we all have to work on different things. So definitely reach out and make sure your leaders know as well. And I'm so thankful you guys took time out of your Saturday to be on here. This recording will be up as well as all the papers that I shared with you guys. And thank you, thank you, thank you for taking time out of your day. I hope that you guys read this morning and night and know that all things are definitely achievable for all of you. All right, guys, have a great day. Enjoy your last couple days of 2025.